All right, YouTube world, I'm back. So, yeah, I was thinking the last video, I want to try to get things more simplified every single time I share a new crypto coin and I put it out there. So, we're going to talk today about Canton Network. And what Canton Network is it's basically information that's it's a sensitive information that's kept private. So, in simple terms, that could be with your health insurance information or stocks that are put in your 401k that are in an account that are protected where everybody doesn't have access to them. That could be bank information, that could be where you work, that could be which hospital you go to, or any of the information that's put out for information in the public today on the internet. It seems like if anybody gets any kind of information, they're calling you every 5 minutes and bugging you. It's some person trying to sell you some new product based on what you already currently have. And that's not only a good thing for it to be kept away from those types of people, but the people that are going to try to hit you with fraud, like try to steal your information, steal bank account information, and that could be pretty dangerous thing in this world. So Canton basically keeps everything private and protected within their field of reach. So basically what Canton would be provided for would be like real estate, uh, debts that need to be paid for companies or individuals, stocks going up while protecting two-party risk. So everybody benefits in that situation, because when you have debt, somebody needs to pay somebody else back. And what that allows is for everybody to be protected in a tokenized asset. So tokenized, it's a big word, like a crypto word again. Tokenized is when a company teams up with these crypto companies and they put money into the system, or these big corporations team up with them and then they have money to work with. So it makes you a valuable company to work with. So you often hear, crypto needs to have value. So when it's tokenized, that means it has value behind it. It's not just a thin air product. It actually focuses on fixing certain things that our current world doesn't have, but we're moving toward. So this could work for banks, insurance companies, stock exchange, retirement benefits. So take, for example, an insurance company. Say you have a life insurance plan and you're married to a guy and you're in your 40s, and all of a sudden he gets cancer and he's dead 2 years later. God forbid that would happen, but it does happen. So what the insurance company has is they have a backing with tokenization with Canton, where they're now able to move it with much cheaper expense. They're able to move it immediately, and they're able to take that policy and pay it out to the beneficiary. So this could work for literally anything that comes to real estate. You buy a home, all of a sudden your name is tied to that home and you have all the information saying you are the owner. Canton is basically moving their coin using their system to provide you a value, or a tokenized backing or value backing, where it's sustaining it. Like any company, they usually have a certain amount of stocks in their company and they put that in equity. And equity keeps them so that they don't, when they do crash, they're able to go off of money that they have. So if they go into debt, they can pay off the debt and stay an active working company. So when it comes to benefits for employees, for us everyday people, not these big corporate CEOs or owners or whatever you have out there that have all the big money, this becomes easier in retirement. So say you have a stock and it's tied to your 401k. So many people don't realize that stocks are all tied to 401k, so they go up and they go down, and they go up and they go down. So by the time you hit 65 and you want to take money out of your 401k, you're going to be taxed on that. But say that stock that's tied to your 401k, which is part of your retirement, you're not only getting taxed, 35% or whatever it is, but now you're getting hit with a 20% loss on the last month that stock went down. So when it comes to working with Canton, you would be working with a company that not only pays out to all their insurance policies, all their retirement funds, all of their health policies, all of their real estate is backed and cleared. Everything is hyper focused on protecting. So there's no, fraudulent thief coming along saying, "Oh, I got your information and now I own this." No, you can't have any of that. Like, you hear these crazy stories of things happening where people get someone's social security or some of these information and they get all of a sudden stealing out of someone's bank account. Like, that is not going to happen with this. So when it comes to crypto, you have a wallet and you don't let anybody know your wallet information, and money is sent to your wallet, your address, and it goes into your account just like a bank account. So how Canton will work is it will work like much like what we talked about with the last crypto, ZBEC. It's going to be a system that supplies retirement planning, real estate, stocks, bonds, the stock market. This could help anywhere from government to companies making sure that all of their employees' information is private and secure. So when we're moving, say that Canton's working with the stock market. So your stock is not only a product that either goes up or down based on who's buying, who's selling, and who's buying into it, who believes in it, but it's also being tokenized with real world working, meaning you could take that money out today, not in 2 weeks, and then you get you get it in your mail a month later and it has to be taxed and all that. That would be taken care of on that immediate end, and it would be less expense, meaning you get more money back. And living in this world where everything's tight, you want as much money as you can get, because God forbid a bad month comes along, or you lose your job, or you get injured, and all of a sudden your company that provided you this 401k, now they can't get it to you because, oh, you're in between working, we're not sure if you're coming back, do you really want it now? No, it's immediate. You don't have to wait. So every company that you would work for would have this asset tied to it, meaning it's tied to stocks, the stock market, meaning how our world moves money. So why wouldn't we have this going on in our workplaces now, where it has a lot to do with, one, retirement funding for your retirement, for your future, and real estate if you're going to sell your house, and how all that little nitty gritty bitty information is going to get moved from the buyer, the seller, the agent, and everybody gets paid out immediately. So it does take time for that to happen. With Canton, that moves immediately. It's not 5 minutes, it's not a minute, it's immediate. So this would be a very important thing for people to get into. And like I talked about last time with ZBEC Network, these companies work together. They don't work against each other. They all have a performing job in the way that their system runs their transaction. And this transaction is run on being private and building tokenization within jobs and protecting your information and moving your retirement funds and moving stocks and bonds and mutual funds, things like that. Simple, everyday things we hear about. They're just retirement assets, basically, is what it is, and preparing to retire one day. I don't know if that's going to be an option in this generation, but I do know that there's opportunity to be made in crypto. So why not take a chance on something when you know the dollar isn't going up, it's going down? So when it comes to like more benefits for employees, say you want to, work with Canton. It has faster bank transfer. It has lower payment fees. There's the mortgage would be uh, much quicker and getting to you, and it would protect against fraud. Anybody trying to steal your information to steal from you. Now, Canton is, I think it's currently like 14 or 15 cents. I don't know exactly. But like I said, with all these cryptos, I don't think you're taking a chance because, again, you can take a look at their website. It's Canton.network, and it'll give you more information on their website. But in the description below, I will put all the information that I looked at, and that every company it would benefit, every employee it would benefit, and it'll have all that information in there. So say you watch the video and you have a question, just shoot the question in the comments below and let me know if I was missing something, if I can go over more of something you want me to look into. And these things are just conversations. They're not to say I'm completely right. I know a lot about this stuff, but again, every time I cover a new crypto, somebody might come along and say, I know a little bit more about that. And then I'm like, all right, I'll say, well, just fill me in then. Let me know. So again, please guys, subscribe to this channel. It's new. I have been in the crypto world for a long time. Often wondered why I didn't do this sooner. But please subscribe, like the video. And again, if you have any questions or comments or anything that you think I didn't cover, I'm not trying to go into an hour long of talking about basically information that doesn't need to be shared. I'm not trying to overcomplicate what crypto does. All I'm trying to do is say, this is how it brings value. This is what you're buying into. So basically, it is a stock market, which is part of your retirement because it's oftentimes 401k. Very simple. It's a retirement asset that's kept private, and it has everything to do with every bit of information we have, whether it's our medical records, it's our retirement funds, it's our bank account, it's where we live, what we own. That's what Canton would do, is they would put tokenized value into this coin. So if you're buying it, just know you're buying into a future where this is going to grow your money that you put into. So you have $1 and you exchange $1 for 14 cents. You can do the basic math and see how many you'd get every time you spend $1 to match the 14 cents. That's what it's currently at. And again, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll be touching on another crypto real soon here, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But please forward this video to your friends. Let them know that if they feel like they're in hard times and they don't have much money to spend and they can't go out and they can't buy the house they dreamed of buying and they can't live where they want to live, just let them know that there are future opportunities with crypto. It's not like gold and silver. It's not like moving your money to a stock. Stocks were already formed decades and decades and decades before we came here and we were alive. So this is a whole new generation of money, how it's going to move from my phone to your phone. And that's the value of it. When we're talking about the different, basically to end this video, social media was the first wave of things in phones to move information. I'm going to do a picture of myself at the park and I'm going to comment on it, and everybody's going to say, oh wow, you look great, or whatever. Who cares, whatever it is. But now this has gone to the next wave of how we move money from our phone, because it's already been test approved with Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, all those pre Bitcoin and all those cryptocurrency coins you hear about, whatever. Basically, keep it simple. This is a retirement asset crypto coin that's tied to stocks, real estate, and all the things that I touched on. If you guys feel like even I overcomplicated it at this point, just look in the description. There'll be a ton of information on already what I've talked about and more. And it'll have it word for word on what you guys can read and understand. And you can put your money into what you feel like, you should be inspired to do. Again, you just use wisdom, and whether you pray or not, just ask, if you guys should put things into your money into these things, because at the end of the day, you're in charge of your own world. So I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you the information and tell you, don't miss out on the opportunity to at least learn. Because if you learn, oftentimes as time goes on, you end up figuring out that there's something more to this, and it's never too late to get into this stuff. You can get in it today. It's real easy. There's crypto exchanges you can buy crypto on, and definitely just give you the thumbs up on moving forward and watching my video. And I appreciate you guys, and yeah, talk to you soon.